Assalamualaikum. My name is Vania and now I will present about the positive impact of K-pop on nation branding on the South Korea. Abstract. The Korean Wave refers to the significant increase in the popularity of South Korean entertainment and culture in Asia, starting from 1990s and more recently in other parts of the world. Korean Wave is primarily consistent of two forms of media is pop music or K-pop and television dramas or K-dramas. The wave is more than mere cultural phenomenon. It has provided to have considerable impact on the Korean economy, as well as on the political and cultural influence of South Korea, since it acts as a soft power and nation branding of South Korea. Korean popular culture or Hallyu is a term that refers to the popularity of Korean popular culture overseas. Korean popular culture genres revolve around movies, television dramas, and K-pop. The Korean culture in the Korean culture industry is growing very fast through its K-pop music industry. K-pop has become an interesting phenomenon to be implemented as a nation branding process and shape the image of the country in South Korea. This is question. Based on information described above, the researchers is interested in examining the following question as a basis for research. One, what the positive impact of K-pop on the South Korea, and two, why K-pop can be a very successful nation branding in South Korea that makes South Korea a developed country. Literature review. A popular culture can define as a culture that produces for the masses, either in the form of films, play, music, and books. Soft diplomacy is a tangible form of the use of political instrument other than those used by hard power. South Korea using culture in diplomatic activities that can be carried out by non-government actors. This has implication on the foreign policy, which is then implemented by relying on the strength of the country's culture, like what is done by South Korean through Korean Wave culture. Research method. The author takes and collects the data used in the form a literature review, namely collecting information from a number of media that are accorded with the subject matter of the research in the form of book, journal, document, and article. In addition, the author also used a method using a questionnaire that is distributed by to K-pop fandom in Yogyakarta between the age 30 to 23 years. The data is processed using quantitative method to get maximum results, approved answer. Research goals. To explain why K-pop can be a very successful nation branding in South Korea that makes South Korea a developed country. Result. Based on the questionnaire, that has been filled in by the participant. They consider that K-pop does have a very positive impact on the nation branding. With the advancement of K-pop, Korean music is the increasingly known throughout the world and can also introduce South Korean culture itself through the music. In addition, it also helped the economy in South Korea. For example, when there are concert, a lot of tourism exchange will enter the countries. From the economic perspective, in 2020, South Korea will have the ninth large global music market, according to the IFPI report. The Korean export a large amount of copyright content and K-pop as a whole contribute more than $5 billion to South Korea GDP last year. So yes, I think K-pop can have a positive impact that quite helpful for the countries. Discussion. In the study, it can be seen that K-pop fandom in Yogyakarta between the age 13 to 23 years, especially those majoring in international relations who are taking semester 5 and are originally from special region of Yogyakarta already know how to have better. The music industry, in this case, determine the use value of the product or produce. People seem to find it easy to consume the product offered by the industry. Moreover, they can become victim of a culture that has been ideologically manipulated through the music and the content. The music industry actually provides something that the public want, namely how something is produced, can also determine what will be consumed, what is the creation of product in the K-pop music industry that are in trend for fans. According to him, the music industry is a capitalist industry because its products are capitalist product and carry of capitalist ideology. Conclusion. K-pop continue to inspire people through the music, art, talents, and gadgets. K-pop is influencing the fandom of fans around the world to do good and spread kindness. Besides that, K-pop also make the economy and tourism rise rapidly. Because of good image on the eye of public, it becomes a reference for the international community to visit the boy band country of origin, namely South Korea. Likewise, a good image influence of public opinion, which is very important in the formation of foreign policy. The South Korean government is very forthright about the goals of the state-sponsored policy and projecting its oversight. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.